Chili is Hot. Red light appearing. Chili is Hot on the move inside the gates, but they're off and they're racing. Piccola Signora actually was the first of them away, headed though by Try For Us shortly after the start. Shoes of Ekra, Sky 5 will press on with I'm Eugene. In a cluster here at the head of the field, Kerman Rock is there as well, but it's the first to ease back. Then My Fair Valentine, Chili is Hot over a length behind them, Tiffer Spoken. Piccola Signora drifting right back into the field. Second last is Sluice Box, racing outside of Treasured Crown. Well, they had to jockey for positions early on, and as they'd race down the back with 1100 to go, I'm Eugene found itself in front eventually by 3/4 to Sky 5. The favourite tucked away by Parnham on the inside, Try For Us. She's back on the rails running third, just in front of Shoes of Ekra. A length and a half to Kerman Rock, travelling on the outside of Chili is Hot. Then almost 2 lengths, My Fair Valentine, Piccola Signora. Tiffer Spoken's about to work off around those and goes up 3 deep as they gallop down the side. Sluice Box immediately onto its tail, and Treasured Crown is back at the rear of the field. 500 left to travel. Nearing the home turn, I'm Eugene leads the way to the turn, about a half a length clear from on the outside. Sky 5, Kerman Rock the first to make its move. I'm Eugene wobbled away from the fence, and Parnham said thank you very much as Try For Us drives through. Tiffer Spoken makes its move though. It's starting to run on very strongly. Further back, My Fair Valentine, Tiffer Spoken, Kerman Rock, Try For Us. Parnham really has to go for work, and Chili is Hot is charging home along the rail. On the outside, Tiffer Spoken coming at it, the favourite towards the inside. Tiffer Spoken's in front. Tiffer Spoken fell in from Try For Us, and Chili is Hot. Then Piccola Signora, Sluice Box down the outside was running on. Likewise behind those, Treasured Crown, Kerman Rock, then Shoes of Ekra. They were followed by My Fair Valentine, knocking up I'm Eugene and Sky 5 as well. They're back together in company at the rear. Tiffer Spoken, Alan Kennedy has defied the favourite Try For Us, and Chili is Hot. Number 3, the winner, Tiffer Spoken, for the Sharon Miller stable, and its third run here, and it's been a good performance too to get around them from back there, and has held on under the vigour of Kennedy from Try For Us. Chris Parnham, well, he got a beautiful rails run when I'm Eugene left the fence, and Chris was there to pounce. Just took some time for Try For Us to try and build momentum. Chili is Hot was tracking it back on the inside as well, but they were unable to haul in Tiffer Spoken. The 4-year-old by God Has Spoken out of Tiffany Island. Alan Kennedy there willing it to the post for L. Roberts, M. Roberts and K. Roberts from the yard of Sharon Miller, and celebrating its third win here this afternoon. It's clung on by a long head over number 5, Try For Us by Vital Equine out of Try, Adam Durant, Chris Parnham, and at number 10, Chili is Hot by Gingerbread Man from Society Gal, Jason Whiting, Graham Valentine. 4th in is number 11, Piccola Signora, and Treasured Crown is back there in 5th placing. So a long head, a short head, 1:38.50 and 35.60. Certainly didn't go out there and set any records in that race. It was a very modestly run first 400 to 600 metres, and the sprint went on from the corner. So a good win by Tiffer Spoken, back in the winners list today for the first time in almost a year. The next event, the Raconteur, the feature event today, the listed highlight for the 3-year-olds over the 1400. No changes to come in race 7. As we head downstairs, Britt, a victory here for Sharon Miller, Alan Kennedy. They pop up together as a combination. They've done it here, and that's a fighting win by Tiffer Spoken.
Certainly a wonderful victory there, and a well-deserved victory too for Tiff Has Spoken, a horse who obviously has run into his fair share of bad luck and has just been so consistent in running so many placings. We send a cheerio to Sharon Miller, who isn't here today, has ripped the hamstring off the bone with a horse-related incident, so we hope she's well and hopefully resting up and recovering, because that sounds pretty nasty. And I think this victory of Tiff Has Spoken will bring a smile to her face. We might jump in with the connections. How are we feeling about Tiff Has Spoken?
Very good.
Now, this has been a horse that you can't be mad at when they run third so often, can you?
No, well, you can't, and second. I think she ran more seconds than thirds. But as I said, third is better than fourth.
I like that attitude, and today, first is better than all of them.
Exactly right, exactly right. No, he's all right. It's just he's learning still, and he has hard runs all the bloody time, mostly, you know. When last week when he come on the fence, you know, it's too wet for him and on the inside, and that cost him dearly. But today he's made up for it.
What were you thinking during the run today? Because he did have to make a bit of a searching run.
He did, but he was kept out of trouble too, didn't he? I mean, if you're coming down the outside, you're not getting the horses in front of you type of thing, blocking you off, and then you have excuses.
Exactly.
No excuses today.
At the top of the straight, did you think that he had it in him to run over the top of all of them?
Yes, I was hoping. I wasn't quite certain at the end, but...
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
There we go. A victory goes to Tiff Has Spoken. Alan Kennedy jumps off the scales and he's with Scott.
Lee does. Alan, I'll be interested to know your thoughts on this horse. He's definitely been frustrating for punters to follow. What's he like for you to ride?
It's a beautiful horse to ride. He's just been a little bit unlucky from wide gates so far this prep.
And probably last start, all of a sudden caught on the fence, probably didn't suit him either.
Yeah, it was a little bit boggy that day too, so he just bogged down and flattened out late.
Like for a horse like Tiff Has Spoken, it panned out quite nicely. Sean McGrady making his move at around the 600.
Yeah, it worked out well. I didn't know if he'd sustain a run that long, stepping up to the mile, but he proved me wrong.
Where would you go next? Was he mile see him out, or could he get a bit further now?
I'd say the mile was probably about as far as he'll get, but I'll leave that to Sharon.
What about later on, a ride for Ash Maley? Can you skin a few tins?
Hope so. A bit of a tricky gate, but she seems to still go well from out there, so who knows.
Congratulations, well done, Alan.
Thank you.
There's Alan Kennedy. I reckon there's a fair few people out here at Belmont Park. Big crowd ready to go to the footy that would skin a few tins. But of course, it is the Ash Maley Galloper you are talking about, skin and tins in later on. But it is Tiff Has Spoken who takes out the first leg of the quaddie, defeating the favourite, Try For Us. And in for third, Chili Is Hot. 3, 5, 10 and 11 for race number 6.
Calling out your name.